Simsy, and we are back with more Men of Yoshiwara, Kikuya, and we are still in Hayato's route, and we are in chapter 10. I think we're at the end, though. I think we've already gotten two choices, and all we have is two choices in his, so we're at the end, I think, so we might be able to get almost all the way through, and then the next part will get our ending, because I doubt we'll be able to finish 3 chapters, our end chapter, and chapter 10 in this. That's like 4+ chapters, you know what I'm saying? Because this one might only be a few minutes, but left in this one. But yeah, so we'll see where we go. Anyway, Tokiwa, how nice of you to eavesdrop. Whoa, ouch! Stop being rough with me. You know I'm doing this because of your bad manners. Still, that doesn't give you the right to pull on my ear like this. I could hear people starting to make a ruckus from behind the door. Iroha looked irritated as he let out a deep breath. Enough, Takao, Tokiwa. Iroha shouted, and the Takao and the Takao. He's not just Takao, he's the Takao. The Takao. That should be capitalized then, that's his proper name. Wow. Iroha shouted, and Takao and Tokiwa became silent. A few seconds later, great, it's your fault they found us. It's because of your bad manners. As they quarreled amongst themselves, the two of them opened the door. I can't believe you were eavesdropping in front of my room. Yeah, I mean, for fuck's sake. They're worse than girls. Like, with the, ooh, eavesdropping and cattiness that's usually portrayed as women. Oh my god, so funny. Wow. This is great, I love it. Anyway, and Tokiwa, I can see your true colors now. You're scaring me, Iroha. Tokiwa's shoulders were shaking immensely. He was right, Iroha's voice was scarier when he used a deeper tone. I'm enraged, so it's only natural that you're scared. What happened to your work? My customer for the night has already left. Oh, it's not your fault, so don't worry. All right? I was a little surprised because it felt like he read my mind. Takao really did have strong senses. And what about you, Tokiwa? Yeah, I couldn't get any customers tonight. Really? He's so fucking pretty. Like, he couldn't get any customers. Like, did you try? Or like, I mean... There we go. Are you sure you weren't just being lazy about advertising yourself? It sounds like, okay, every once in a while when they say things like that and then you're just like, oh, we're in the windows, like showing on, you're like, oh god, like hot, like, you know, like you put the nice fashion mannequins in the window to sell your clothes, to drag people in, but this is what you're doing with people, and then every once in a while that realization just like smacks you in the back of the head again, like, hey, did you forget what we're doing here? And you're like, oh, I feel really icky. like and not like, ew, we're dating a man, or it's more like the, oh, this is just sad, and I hurt for them, and like, oh. You know what I mean? Trying to have fun with this, but every once in a while, the realization just hits you, and you're like, oh. Anyway, moving on, let's just get back into having fun and not thinking about that. Anyway. Of course not. It looks like I've hit the bullseye. Were you worried about the ruckus? Well, something like that. Anyone would be curious about it. I mean, Hayabusa's the one who caused it. You always create a ruckus, don't you? Oh. That's not a sufficient reason to skip out on work. Return to your post at the window. But, hey, Iroha, what are you gonna do about her? Tokiwa's foreign-looking eyes sparkled as he asked his question. That isn't your concern. Oh, I see. How boring. But you seem a lot calmer now. It's not good for a beautiful woman like you to cry her eyes out. Takao looked into my eyes and smirked. I panicked and looked away. Takao, don't tease her. That's my job. Why? I'm just having fun. It's better than letting her stay depressed. Haha, that's true. That laugh was terrible. Like, that's true. Anyway. Tokiwa. Yeah, I'll shut up. I'll shut my mouth and go back to work. Yes, and I want you to escort this young lady to the front gate tonight. Huh? Tokiwa was surprised by Iroha's orders. We both looked at each other. Let me do as I please. I don't know how we're going to get him out of prison, but Iroha had ordered Tokiwa to escort me to the front gate. Tokiwa and I looked at each other in astonishment. Oh, that's unusual. You sure are caring when it comes to this girl, aren't you, Iroha? Yeah, 'cause he loves me. Shh. I'm sure it's just your imagination. After all that's happened, nothing bad will happen if I have her escorted to the front gate. I don't mind, but I would feel so guilty. I couldn't accept your kindness after everything I've done. It's alright. Iroha's said to be a demon, but he'll make exceptions for Hayabusa's lovely wife. What? That has a nice ring to it. I'd love to find a girl like that. They're making me feel so guilty! We were that girl for you at one point! And you, and you, and you were all there! Like the Wizard of Oz, except for really inappropriately dirty. Oh, there's probably porn for Wizard of Oz, and that's just disturbing, and now I'm gonna go crawl into a hole and die. Stay quiet, you. Alright. But if I'm like Hayabusa and act like a good boy, Iroha will start to favor me. I should reform myself. Please do just that. Also, it seems a little creepy when they're like, I should reform myself so Iroha likes me. It's got a little gay all of a sudden. Suddenly gay. Look, it's my secret wish that they were all a little gay, okay? I'm just saying. Anyway. You're too difficult to deal with and give me headaches all the time. Oh, I shouldn't have said anything. Why don't we go soon, Spacey? But my mood started to brighten up after hearing their conversation. But being treated so nicely after all that made me feel awkward. There still might be a ruckus outside of Kikuya. It's dangerous to travel alone tonight, so you may spend the night if you wish. How about it? You don't look so well either. Shouldn't you go home and get some proper rest? You can come here again tomorrow afternoon. I'll arrange it so you can meet with Hayabusa. What? Takao. It's fine, isn't it? I was just following your example. Like, he was arrested, you know that, right? Iroha looked wary, but Takao looked at him with a smile. Got it? I'll be waiting for you tomorrow. You'll be able to talk to him for a little while. I don't know how to thank you. You don't have to. Seeing you and Hayabusa happy is enough for me. He's so sweet. This breaks my heart. Okay, like in this one, they're all being way too nice to us. Like, at least in the other ones, they were all kind of assholes, and you're like, you're being kind of a dick. And I get it, because you don't want me to like you and feel this way, like, oh, I miss all of our other boys so much. Takao, you still have hope. Where there's a will, there's a way. Being unable to see your dreams come true in the pleasure district is the worst type of punishment. Takao's smile was extremely kind. I thought I was done crying, but the dominant tears rolled down my face. Thank you so much. I haven't done a thing, and this guy's the one who's going to take you to the front gate. Ow, don't push me! All that's left is Iroha's judgment. I can't leave these two young, inexperienced kids alone. So I guess you do have a heart, Iroha. I thought you were just gonna trick this naive girl into giving you her valuables, but... So... you knew about that too? Huh? What are you talking about? You don't have to know. What? Iroha, it seems there are courtesans who love to gossip crawling around Kikuya. You should assume that the walls have eyes and ears. It looks like I can't even speak carelessly inside of my own room. Yeah, well, I mean, Takao so far is the one that's been eavesdropping everywhere, so I'm just saying. Well, if it's something truly confidential, then you should keep it to yourself. Tokiwa, take her home already. Yes, sir. Wait! Don't order me around, Takao! My cheeks started to loosen up just a little bit. I finally noticed that I'd been smiling. Your face looks so much brighter now. Oh, let's go, Spacey. Yeah, you know what? We should just forget about Hayato and just marry these three. Oh, can we get Kaguya in here? We'll just have like a 5 So, look, it's a man harem, not all at the same time, but like, we'll keep these 4 boys. Not Kagero. Go fuck him. I don't like him. Him and Azusa can go just somewhere else. Get off my island. Get out of my man harem. You're not welcome here. I don't like you. And then like Hayato was like, I don't know. Like when we're with him and it's like he's the childhood friend and maybe it's the childhood friendship. Like it's not that I don't like him because he's pretty and he seems nice, but it's almost like I'm just not as, and it's not that the story's bad. You know what I'm saying? I guess I'm not a huge fan of this. Like he's gonna get arrested kind of thing. You're like, oh, I don't like this. Like, I'm sure he'll get out of it, but then you're like, but there's not going to be a really satisfying way that they can get him out of this without it being like, unless it's like, oh, okay, he was imprisoned for months and tortured, and then we let him go for some reason. But then that's still not going to be satisfying, because you know what I mean? You're like, we just decided to let him go. You're like, then why the fuck did we even do this? Like, you know he's going to get out. But, I don't know, I just don't... I feel like it was forced. Like, oh, we're going to force some kind of conflict in here, and this will be it. And it's not terrible. It's not like, oh god, this is stupid. It's just the, well, we know he's going to get out, and there's really no way you can explain how he got out that's going to be like, that makes any sense, really. You know what I mean? Like, well, we didn't have evidence. Well, I'm sure they didn't give a fuck back in the day. They were like, nope, whatever. And he admitted guilt, so that would have been enough. And you know what I mean? So there's really going to be no satisfying... I doubt it. I doubt there's going to be a satisfying explanation for how he gets out. But also, like, we're this far in, and I'm just like, I don't know, I'm not as invested with him. Even though there's nothing wrong with him. But there's always that character that you're like... Or a lot of times, you're like, he's beautiful, and he's squishy, and it's not that I don't like him, but I also don't love him. Like Takao was great. You were like, oh, we like Takao. Even though he's kind of like a douche sometimes. But like in other people's routes, he was fine in his. Toki was fucking adorable and squishy, and we love your Doha. But like, and like Kagura was great. But like for some reason, although I always forget about Kagura sometimes. Like I did like him though. But like, I don't know. I just, in this one, maybe I'm just like, we'll see how it ends. But I just feel like it's not as... He doesn't get you like some of the other boys do. Like some of the other boys get you and you're like, oh, I love you. And he's like, oh, I mean, you're sweet and all, but like, best friends? Like, I don't know. It's not that I don't like him. I mean, I guess he's welcome to be in the man harem, but like, is he like top choice for the man harem? No. It's more like, I just feel guilty leaving you behind. Not Kagero, go fuck yourself. I don't feel bad about leaving you behind. Think about these things way too much while playing these games, but like, good lord. Anyway, I thanked you, Doha and Takao. Oh, I thanked you, Doha and Takao politely and left Kikuya. I got confused for a second there. Wow, I can't read. Hayato had taken me down Yoshiwara's main road numerous times. However, Tokiwa was by my side tonight. It's not a bad trade-off. I never meant to make Hayato suffer this much. I didn't want to cause any trouble or bring anyone bad luck. A deep sense of regret was swimming inside of me right now. Don't make such a gloomy face. It would make Hayabusa sad to see you like this. Tokiwa spoke in a bright and different tone. I looked up at him and noticed that he was smiling. But right now, Hayabusa must be... Do you know what's happening to him now? I hesitated but slowly started to nod. Oh, did Iroha tell you? Yeah, that's why it's so hard for me. I don't know what to do. I'll tell you something because of how earnest you are. The hardships men endure for their loved ones are like medals to them. Got it? Medals? Yeah. It's cool, isn't it? He's suffering for his one true love. Because of Tokiwa's excited tone. I mean, okay, Tokiwa, you might have some fucking problems because you're like, yeah, everyone wants to get fucking tortured to prove their love. Sure, in theory, that sounds like, oh, he would undergo torture for me. That's so horrifying. Because, like, hopefully you never have to be in a situation where that thought even occurs to you, where you're like, oh, well, I mean, sure, I guess. I mean, that's weird. Could you just imagine, like, dating someone, guy or girl, anyone, and then being like, I'll totally get tortured for you, and you're like, and this got weird. And, like, I mean, maybe if you were thrown into that situation, you would gladly take the punishment for your loved one. But, like, do you ever actually stop and, like, okay, right now I'm doing it, but, like, I just can't imagine myself being like, looking at someone and be like, yeah, totally get, like, whipped and beaten and tortured for you just to protect you. Yeah, absolutely. No, what the? I don't want to entertain that thought. You're like, no offense, but, like, I don't really like pain that much. Like, oh, so I'm just assuming that when you're whipped and tortured, it's not like some kind of kinky fun torture where it's, you know, painful but not painful, like it's tolerable. Okay, yeah, this is like, I mean, serious torture where it's gonna be agonizing pain and, like, I don't even like having cramps, okay? So, like, I'm just saying, I don't know. I love you and all, but, like, I don't know. Some weird shit, but anyway. Because of Tokiwa's excited tone, it made me think that the things happening to Hayato were admirable. Again, this is getting weird. Though I knew that wasn't the case. But right now, Hayato is... Do you think Hayato's like that too? Do you think he likes that too? Like, I don't... I'm not so sure. I'm not so sure. I don't care how she would answer. I am not so sure. That creeps me out a little. Is a man's heart that hard to understand? Tokiwa shrugged. In any case, cheer up. I'm sure Hayabusa wants you to smile. Okay, yeah, but he's gonna get tortured and then executed. I'll think about what I should do a little more. This sounds good. But you and Hayabusa think about each other so much. You should relax a little. Oh yeah, I could totally relax while the person that I love is getting tortured. I love you, Tokiwa, but you're not the smartest crayon. Thanks. Pretty. It's kind of sparkly. Not the brightest, though. I know I said he's not the smartest crayon. You know, because that's funny, because... You know, you're not the sharpest crayon, you're not the brightest tool in the shed, you know what I mean? Because it's like... Because it sounds stupid, and it's just to accentuate how not smart he is. Do you see what I did there? I'm not an idiot! It just amuses me to do that. I don't know. Anyway. We were at the front gate in no time. Somewhere in this pleasure district, Hayato was... Yes, I was reluctant, but I ultimately had to go home. The next day, while the sun was still out, I headed toward Kikuya as promised. And... Takao took me to the jail where Hayato was being held. Takao, thank you so much. Nah, don't worry about it. You've been so good to me. I thought a lot about last night's events and remembered how gallant you'd been. Oh? I'm happy to hear that. You know what it is? This is funny. Like, Hayato is gonna... I just imagine that, like, we were in love with Hayato, and then he was murdered for our crime, and then we decided we needed to drown our sorrows in another man, so then we went down to Kao's route. Or then we went down to... It's just like a big-ass loop, and then we're standing there, and we're gonna pick, I want to pick... Oh, God, we're just doing their routes all over again. It's just a fucking loop. It's a fucking loop, is what it is. You didn't realize that when we picked Takao? You thought it was we first went into Kikuya and we decided... No, it was because we were in there and we needed to drown our sorrows about Hayato being executed, and so we picked Takao, and... But then, or then we pick and then we get to pick Hayabusa, and then he gets, and it's just we're just here forever. This is what we're doing for the rest of our lives. This is eternity. Could be kind of like a version of hell where you're like, no, because Hayato's always gonna die. And then you're never gonna get to actually be with the person you love because you're gonna go to sleep one night with them and wake up and be like, oh, I'm picking a guy. They could also be heaven, though, because then you're like, well, I get to experience them all the time. But it would get repetitive after a while, because you're like, we've had this same conversation like 700 times because we stopped this. So it's like a little bit of heaven and a little bit of hell. Ooh. Well, it sounds like life. Anyway. Um, it doesn't mean anything. I know. I was just teasing you a little bit. So, what were you thinking? Well, I was thinking about the time you'd eavesdropped on us at Hayato's room. Oh yeah, that had happened. You hadn't told Iroha about what you'd heard, right? I'm sure you hadn't because you're being so nice to me. Yeah, I wonder. Why won't you tell me? It doesn't matter either way. You'd heard my conversation with Iroha yesterday, right? And there are courtesans who love to gossip crawling around Kikuya. It finally hit me. It really didn't matter. I was sure that. Takao let other people decide what they wanted to believe. It was on me to trust him or doubt him. It was so mysterious. All of these events helped me to understand why Hayato looked up to Takao. Here it is. And the guard should be out on patrol right now. And now's the only time you can sneak in and meet with him. Thanks. And don't make too much of a scene just because the guards aren't around. I won't. I silenced my footsteps as I infiltrated the guard station. Kidnap him and fucking run! Hayato! I shouted as I rushed over to Hayato. He's just sitting in the room? Is he not chained to something? Well, he looks like he's been beaten up. Spacey? Hayato slowly lifted his head up. His eyes shined in the dim space. Why are you here? Well, Takao led me here. Takao did? You sure have gotten yourself into a fine mess. Hayato's eyes opened wide in shock, and he returned to his senses. You can't stay here. They'll be back any minute. It's okay, Hayabusa. Right now the officers are out on patrol, and there's only one yard guard out front. Is that true? Yeah, so we have a little bit of time. Feeling really... This is the room they took me to when they kidnapped me, isn't it? That bitch is the one who kidnapped me. It wasn't a rival store. It was that bitch. Anyway, feeling relieved, Hayato breathed in and slowly started to blink. It had only been one night, but he looked so pale. His clothes were tattered and he had bruises all over. Some psycho bitches beating him. Hayato, I can't believe they did this to you. I took a handkerchief from my bosom and tried to wipe the dirt from his cheeks, and this is where Spacey becomes a vigilante and goes after her and starts murdering patrol ladies. I want that spin-off game. That'd be fucking hilariously fun. I reached out and touched his body. His body shivered, but then he put his hand over mine. It was the coldest I've ever felt it. It trembled, little by little. Hayato. I put both of my hands around his and gripped it tightly. I'm so sorry. This is all my fault. I did this all on my own. You don't need to worry. I decided I'd do this in case anything happened. But it hurts, doesn't it? It's better than imagining you suffering in pain. But you're all scarred up. And this is the first time I've ever cherished someone more than myself. You're more important than anything else to me. I think I'm getting diabetes. You're so important to me. And that's why I'm protecting you. You'll let me continue doing it, right? No! And there you go again, saying no to everything. I can't help it. I don't like seeing you suffer. I never wanted to see you suffer either. Oh. Hayato slowly started to hug me. Oh, I'm so glad. I could hear his whisper vanish into my ear. It went inside of me and made me overjoyed. I put my arms around him as well. I don't know what I'd do if I never saw you again. I don't want that. Yeah, neither do I. He buried his face in my neck. He gave me a light kiss in the same spot. Oh, our bodies separated slightly. This time we kissed on the lips. Takao was like, right here. My heart throbbed and I couldn't breathe. It was all so painful. We kissed even deeper than ever before. You've only kissed once, so I mean we pressed our lips together forcefully. Spacey. Hayato. And then, as he sweetly and gently pecked my lips, Hayato pulled back. I slowly opened my closed eyes and we were now looking straight at each other. Then, Hayato suddenly started blinking. Sorry, I forgot you were here, Takao. That was right. Takao was right there with us. simply blushed. I like that. Oh, panic and move away. Apologize? I'm sorry, Takao. I don't mind. Takao started to chuckle. I'm used to seeing that stuff in Yoshiwara, but that was really intense. It tastes differently each time, doesn't it? Takao began to chuckle. I really couldn't handle how embarrassing it was. In an instant, all I could think about was Hayato. I couldn't think of anything else. Sorry, Takao. I'm sorry. You don't need to worry about it. It's only natural to let your passions flow in a place like this. A jail? Takao's got weird fucking kinks. You two can continue if you don't mind me watching. Okay. I fucking love him. No, we wouldn't do that. Are you sure? Again, though, this face of his is still my favorite out of all of them. This little sprite, it's so fucking adorable. You're like, he's so cute. I just want a little, like, little character. I just want a little, like, figure. I just want a little squishy. Squish. Like, I don't know what it is. I love it. Anyway, it's my favorite sprite out of all of them. You really don't act like a courtesan, Hayabusa. I can't believe your cheeks are pink just like hers after doing that. I started to notice that Hayato's cheeks really were red. We looked at each other's flushed cheeks. He's so fucking cute. He's not my favorite of the characters, but this sprite gets to me. It's just, there's something so fucking adorable about it. You're like, it's kind of goofy and kind of cute and kind of pretty all at the same time, and it's like really weird. And then, uh-oh. Okay, that chapter went by fast, so, well, okay, so I don't know. Like a final farewell, uh-oh. We looked at each other's flushed cheeks, and then Hayato brought his lips closer. This time we kissed each other softly. It's an emotional reunion. Thank you, Takao. I don't know how to thank you. You don't need to thank me. Takao smiled at us gently, and it felt so comforting. Hayato must have felt the same because he started to smile too. But what about Kikuya? I'm sure Yudoha's furious. He didn't seem that mad. Yeah, Yudoha treated me so nicely. Everyone in Kikuya is so kind. Yeah, you're right, but don't you think Yudoha's scary? No, I think he's kind of sexy. Him? Yeah. He's not scary. Like, no, I don't think he's scary. Like, he may be scary. He says, no, he's not scary. Like, didn't I just say, no, I think he's sexy, so I'm going with no. I don't care if that's right or wrong. But why? I never thought of Yudoha as scary before. I see. I guess you're right. I'm in his debt, so what am I saying? Hayato looked a bit regretful. It's only natural to feel anxious when you can't see anything around you. It's all right, Hayato. Everyone at Kikuya is worried about you. They're all very concerned. I'm so thankful. But I don't want to cause them any more trouble. It's all right. You haven't caused any trouble before this, so one time should be enough. I'm sure you won't be punished. But we need to proceed with caution. I swear, you two are like peas in a pod. Huh? Is there something similar about us? I'm sure you haven't noticed because it's part of your personality. Tell me, what's similar about us? For one, the way you two are so curious about everything. You're both kind, earnest, and don't like to rely on others. That's why Takao fell in love with us, because he's secretly in love with Hayabusa. I get it! They're all gay! That would kind of suck. Could you imagine? There had to have been at least one courtesan in all of Kikuya that was fucking gay and doing all this and being like, I hate my life. Because I'm in love with the other Oh, that's so cute. They would have their secret love affair. But it would have been so sad because they couldn't be with each other because they had to like entertain the ladies, but they were in love with each other. Oh, that's adorable and it breaks my heart because it's sad. To me, they're all a little gay, but That's just because that's the way I want it. I don't... Things are so wrong with me, but... Hayato and I looked at each other and then tilted our heads. Am I like that? Am I like that too? Yeah, you two really are like real siblings. I felt happy and embarrassed at the same time. You guys are like real siblings. Well, I mean, we thought Takao was our brother for a little while, and we were still gonna fuck him anyway, so, I mean... Alright, this ain't any... That's not that much weirder. My cheeks began to feel slightly warm. But time's almost up. Already? We were finally able to see each other again, but our time together was almost over. It was painful and rough. I clenched my teeth together. Spacey. Hayato called out to me, sounding defeated. He held my arm tightly and looked at me. His eyes entranced me and our eyes interlocked. Listen to me. I just want to make sure, but don't tell anyone what actually happened. We were unfortunate because the daughter of a wealthy merchant is one of the elopers. And that's why the patrol supervisor was trying to hunt down anyone involved. It doesn't sound like this is going to end well. Yeah, so don't do anything, Spacey. And make sure to never talk about the truth, okay? Do you understand, Spacey? Yeah. Okay, good girl. He petted my head, but I hadn't promised him anything. Shut up, Spacey! I would probably take action. Shut up, Spacey! I mean, okay, well, wait. Is it going to get him out? Because maybe. It might betray Hayato's feelings, but I might end up telling someone what actually happened. Hey, Hayato, I have one more thing to tell you. What? I hope it's not something sad. Yeah, I'm marrying Takao. Don't worry. I wanted to tell you about Takao. Takao? Hayato looked over at Takao, but he quickly looked at me again. I know for a fact that Takao hadn't snitched on us to Toyodoha. Huh? He couldn't have done it because he's such a good person. He's always willing to help us out. Spacey, please understand. Takao's really important to you, isn't he? Hayato smiled gently. It's like, we're like, he's important to you, right? You guys should run away together. I'll help you. This is what I do. Hayato smiled gently. He then wrapped his hand around my cheeks and softly caressed them. I knew that for a while now. Huh? Takao isn't the type of person that would go around spreading rumors. If I thought about it calmly, I would have figured that out immediately. I'm such a fool. I doubted him for a moment that day. Then you trust him now? Of course I do. I've known Takao for a long time, but not as long as I've known you. I mean, minus the, 10 years plus that we've not been here. Anyway, I should have known what kind of a person he was, but when it comes to things about you, my field of view gets blocked. I should fix that bad habit of mine. Hayato, you're gonna die before you get a chance to do that. Sorry. He smiled gently like a shy young boy, but it was a very somber smile. It felt like Hayato was about to disappear any second now. His face looked so empty. It's time. We held each other's hands tightly. I said, I'll do something for you. I'll come see you again. Goodbye. Ooh. I'll come see you again is probably, well, goodbye sounds so final. But if I say, I'll do something for you, he'll get mad and be like, don't you dare! And we don't want him to know. Maybe we should just say our final I mean, you know he's not gonna die, he's gonna get out. But still, it's like we should just, Spacey, you should just prepare yourself just in case. Like, goodbye. I'll come see you again. He'll be like, no, you won't, asshole. We should just, because as much as I want to say, I'll come see you again, the truth is we might not be able to. So we shouldn't give him up and be like, I'll see you again, when we don't know that we can. We shouldn't make promises we don't know we can keep. So, goodbye. Just in case it's the final farewell. Even though we know it's not going to be, but I'm just saying. Hayato, goodbye. It's almost like we'll never see each other again. Spacey, don't be reckless. Wait, was I the one that said that? Or, I don't know anyway. Yeah, same to you. We let go of each other's hands. It reminded me of the times we'd parted at the front gate. I felt so much lonelier now than those times. I was frightened, helpless, and sad. I loved him. Maybe, during all these years, ever since I was a kid, I'd been in love with him all along. Spacey. Oh, let's go. The front of the building was getting louder. It was time for us to leave. Hayato, I love... Without delay, he let go of my last finger. We exited through the back before I could finish my last words. We returned to the pleasure district. I went back home in a daze. What should I do now? No matter how much I thought about it, I couldn't come up with an answer. But, if it's possible, I want to see Hayato again tomorrow. That was all I could think of. It was the least I could do. I grabbed my sewing kit and began making a good luck charm. Please. I prayed that nothing bad would happen to Hayato again. When I was young, I tried making a good luck charm even though I hadn't known how. At that time, Hayato had been sick and had suffered a high fever for 3 days. I'd pricked myself over and over. I'd been worried that Hayato was going to die. I'd cried while making it, and I'd cried when I'd given it to his mother. Now that I think about it, after recovering, Hayato was always in perfect health. I remembered that he'd always kept that crappy charm on him. Hayato really cherishes his possessions. He'd even remembered the comfort candies that I'd loved. He made sure not to run out of it, and had continued buying even though I wasn't there. And these candies were especially sweet. I'm sure you'll love them. I'd opened my lips and had let him feed me the sweet, sweet candies. My lips had become hot after he touched them. I'd been nervous and couldn't figure out the flavor. How does it taste? I hadn't been able to tell him my thoughts even after he'd asked me that. After that, we'd made a pinky promise. I'd promised to take the valuables. Pinky promise. It had felt so nostalgic. It had been a gentle and sweet promise to bind and protect me. My first time to Yoshiwara and the day I'd been reunited with Hayato. It had only been a few days ago, but it felt like it had been ages. It had only felt like our years apart hadn't existed. But the day we'd been reunited at the Inari Shrine... The moon looks incredibly pretty tonight, don't you think? It feels like something wonderful is about to happen. It had been so many years since I'd seen Hayato. He'd matured wonderfully into a beautiful courtesan. He'd fascinated me. On that gorgeously charming night, my beloved Hayato had become a nighttime butterfly. Nevertheless, he hadn't changed on the inside. He was kind, innocent, and earnest. I never thought I'd see you again so quickly. You don't have to look so sad. You should laugh because you've become so pretty. He'd caressed my head and cheek softly. I'd cuddled closer to my beloved's warmth. My heart had been filled with joy, and that was when I'd started going to the pleasure district. Spacey, you need to get up soon. You never were a morning person. The morning after we'd slept in the same futon, he'd sounded so embarrassed. I wish we could stay like this forever. I'd always dreaded leaving him, but I'd always been excited to see him again. Hayato hadn't liked that I'd been going to the pleasure district, but that was the only place we could meet, and there was nothing I could do about it. Later, I'd confessed to Hayato that I'd helped 2 runaways. But that doesn't account for your feelings. If I were standing in front of that couple, I'm sure I'd forget about logic and help them too. That was what he told me, while I'd regretted my actions. And no problem. I'm here to protect you. I'll always keep you safe no matter the situation. He'd said those words to me when I'd been scared. And all the while, he'd protected me just as he'd promised. Maybe he was the one that told on himself. That'd be fucking weird. And like Iroha would have had to have lied to us. That's like some fucking weird kind of crazy shit, but anyway. I'd been the one who hadn't kept my promise. Hayato had told me to keep the valuable items safe, but I'd planned on having Kikuya hold them for me. She should have brought one at a time, like brought the kimono and been like, I'm bringing a fancy kimono, because it was, you know what I mean? Like, put it in your pockets, she would never have found them. And then Hayato had been arrested. After sewing the last stitch on the good luck charm, I let out a deep breath. I realized I was crying and gently wiped the tears away. My mother started speaking to me right at that moment. Spacey, do you know where the sewing kit is? My door suddenly opened. Oh, sorry, Mom. I was just using it. I quickly tidied up the sewing kit. My mother came into my room without making a sound. Is that a good luck charm? Oh, yeah, this is... You'd made one in the past, too. And that one had been for... Hayato. Yes, that's right. He'd been really sick that time, right? What's wrong? Why are your eyes red? Her gentle voice made me cry. I was surrounded by such kind people. And yet What's the matter? I told my mother about everything that had happened. I'm sorry, Mom. So, that's what happened. I don't know what to do anymore. My mother grabbed my shoulders tightly. Spacey, listen carefully to what I'm about to tell you. You haven't helped any runaways. Huh? That was something that had happened in your dreams. You've never done something like that. Do you understand? But you need to tell yourself that you haven't done it. If you can promise me that, I can do something about this mess. Huh? What are you talking about? The patrol supervisor is an old acquaintance of mine. I might be able to do something if I have a talk with him. Her! It was a her, remember? That shocking fact was right next to me this entire time. My mother and I headed to Yoshiwara. We might be able to do something. Hayato might be set free and we could be together again. I felt impatient as those fleeting expectations filled my heart. And then... I was like, and then, end of chapter, you knew it. You're my treasure. Okay, so... This is the last chapter, but my thing is, I doubt we're going to be able to... Yeah, because it took 45 minutes to finish chapter 10, which was only like 5 minutes, but it took 40 minutes to finish chapter 13. Okay, this part will be a little bit shorter than normal, just because we're going to have to do the ending, but I don't want the ending to only be like 10 minutes. But the way this is timed, this would be like probably a little over an hour, and then the next part will be like 15 minutes, so... Anyway, you're my treasure. Together with my mother, I was on my way to visit the patrol supervisor. When we'd arrived, the sun had set and day was becoming night. Even if you say that, I can't. Have you forgotten how indebted you are to me? That has nothing to do with this. My daughter hasn't done anything, and that courtesan named Hayabusa is innocent. If people hear that you've arrested an innocent courtesan, it'll sully your reputation. Give me a break. And that courtesan ran off with the daughter of a wealthy merchant from this area. He told us to capture anyone involved with the case. Isn't your job to do something about that? If I hadn't saved you back then, you and your husband would have failed to elope, and your life would have been completely different. Don't bring that up. What if someone hears you? Long ago, my mother acted as a mediator for the patrol supervisor and a courtesan. If it weren't for my mother, they might have run away as well. After that, the two of them talked for a long time. Oh, all right. I'll do something about it. I knew I could rely on you. This is not a satisfactory way to get Hayabusa out. But props for thinking. I mean, it's a creative way to do it. And I don't hate it. I'm not like, this is stupid, but you know what I'm saying? Like the whole he's arrested and then he gets let out. You're like, that. Although, I mean, I guess for ways, paying them off would have worked. Or this, I'm basically blackmailing you to get. I mean, it's not bad. It's not bad. It's still like they would have tortured him, executed him, and been done with it. You know what I mean? But so like that whole plot point is a little like weak. But I guess the blackmailing kind of thing to get him out is not a bad way to have gone about it, because I convinced them. No, this is blackmail. Did you forget what I did for you? Because you would have been fucked if it wasn't for me, so I'm gonna need you to pay up now. You owe some debts. And unless you want me to break your kneecaps, you're gonna pay up on those debts. Our mother is like the fucking godfather over here. She's the godmother, motherfucker. No one had snitched on us. Apparently they'd heard Kikuya's apprentice courtesans gossiping about it. Thanks to my mother's help, Hayato was released safely. After he was released, my mother and I waited at Kikuya. Iroha is saying we're back? Oh. Because Iroha went to pick him up. Okay. We're back. Iroha brought Hayato back to Kikuya. Mom, thank goodness. Hayato! That's what I would say. You'd be like, Mom, thank goodness. Hayato. That's your instant first reaction would be like, Hayato! I was overjoyed and called out his name. Spacey. Hayato looked relieved and smiled at me. He started walking toward me. What? What the fuck was that all about? Why are you screaming? What are you shrieking at? Hi. Drew's been snuggling with me for a while. Now you're screaming? Why? You can't see anything out there. It's too dark. See the car lights? What? You just want attention? Hi, you could come sit here. Sit with me and snuggles again. But I can't talk to you the whole time. I got a game to play. We got courtesans to romance. Yeah, that's how it works. Sorry. He started walking toward me. I was so happy that I wanted to jump into his arms right away. Hayato stopped in front of us and bowed his head. Thank you very much. I heard that you mediated the negotiations for me. Thanks to you, Spacey. And I can... Stop right there! I don't need you to thank me. It's only natural that I help out my daughter's lover. Except for... Sure, Mom. Even more so if it's for you, Hayato. You're so embarrassing, Mom. I tugged on her sleeve lightly. This is not the time to be embarrassed by your mother. Like, whoa, it's embarrassing you're calling my lover, but like, Mom. But no, Mom, save... Your mother wears a fucking cape and tights and saved the motherfucking day. Don't call her embarrassing. She's the real MVP, right here. She snorted and Hayato raised his head. Right at that moment, Kikuya's second floor started getting noisy. I could hear a number of footsteps running down the stairs. Here's all of our other boys. Hayabusa's innocent and has been set free? Tokiwa, don't walk in front of me. Shut up. Oh, shut up. Now's not the time for that. You're the one who should shut up, Tokiwa. You're so rude for a courtesan. You ran in front of me as well. Oh, you're here too, Spacey. How do you feel? Huh. So noisy around here. Everyone, I'm so sorry for causing all this trouble. You don't have to worry about it. It wasn't any trouble at all. He's like, it was exciting! Maybe for you, but Kagura had to do a lot of work. I never thought of it as troubling. I do love him. I do. But you forget he's there. You know what I mean? Like, you go through all your recordings, like, these are all our boys, and Kagura's like, I am still here in the back. And you're like, yeah, I did forget you, but I still love you. But I did forget you. Like, it's all right. I'm always forgotten. Oh, you poor thing. You just want to go over and give him a hug, and you're like, it's okay, pet. Try to reach up and pat him on the head because he's probably very tall. Pat, pat, pat. Anyway. Whoa. You were here, Kagura. See? Even Tokiwa knows. This is what I'm saying. You just forget he's there. Oh. Poor Kagura. He's such a sweetheart. Oh, sorry. You don't have to glare at me, do you? I'm not glaring. Oh, I see. Everything's been cleared up, so we can rest assured now. I'm indebted to you. I didn't do a thing. You should be thanking Kagura. Kageru, I haven't done anything either. Try not to speak out of place so much. Either way, everyone, go back to work. Hayabusa isn't going to run away or hide from us. After hearing Iroha's words, everyone reluctantly left the room. Iroha turned around and Hayato was bowing his head deeply. That night, he doesn't have a lot of CGs. We haven't had any CGs. I just realized in like the last 5 fucking chapters. Would we have 4 CGs for him? Hold on. I'm gonna save this. So let's see. 77%, I don't know if that's good. Only 77 after everything we've done? Wait a minute. Yeah, we were only at 66. That's not bad. That's not good. I mean, let's go to title screen. We'll finish this in the next part, so I'm gonna stop. But I just want to see something. Yeah, really? He's got, like, no CGs. Didn't they all have more than that? Like... Yeah. He's got, like... They each had, like, what? Like, maybe 12? He's got 6. He's, like, half the CGs. That's fucking sad. Anyway, I'm gonna stop this part here. And then... Hopefully... Well, yeah, so we'll get... Well, we'll have to get another CG in here, and then we have 3 left. So we'll get 1 for each ending, probably. And then we do have our... We do have our sequel and date scenarios. So, we'll probably get our ending in the next part. And then we'll see where we are on time. Like, if it's super short, if it's only, like, 20 minutes... Then what we'll do is maybe do, like, the sequel scenario or something. And then when we do our other ending... Because we usually do that and then the sequel and the date scenario. So maybe we'll do, like, the sequel when we get our hopefully super happy ending. And then we'll get the date scenario when we get it. I don't know. We'll see. I'm going to look up what the last answer is just so we get the max amount of points. So we hopefully get either what usually like 3 or 4 points. So we'll get like at least 80 points. I don't want to fuck that one up because I don't know if 77% is good enough. I think it is. I think we've gotten roughly around there, but I don't know. But anyway, we'll see. So I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.